You're 14. You're on a corner in Medellin's Comuna 13. You're holding a Nokia brick that smells like someone else's sweat. Your job is simple. Watch the road. Police cruiser rolls by. You call one number. Say one word. Hang up. That's it. That's the whole job. They pay you 50,000 pesos a week, $12, enough for new shoes, enough to tell your mother you've been helping a neighbor. You've missed your cousin's birthday, 2 parent-teacher nights, and a dinner your mother cooked for 3 hours. You weren't there. You were here. Watching a road, the men above you don't know your name, your furniture, pair of eyes. But they noticed you never flinched. They noticed you never missed a car. That's enough. That's how it always starts. You're 17. There's a Taurus PT92 on a table in front of you. It weighs 964 grams. It feels like a decision you already made before you walked into the room. Your job, collect. When a dealer owes the combo money, you stand behind the man who does the talking. You don't speak. You don't have to. The gun on your hip speaks fluently. You make 800,000 pesos a month, $200. You buy a chain, you send money home, your mother stops asking questions. That feels like a gift. It is actually a warning. You fired the gun once. You don't know if you hit anyone. You ran before you could find out. Your heart was in your back teeth for an hour. One of the 3 guys you started with is already dead. The other 2 don't talk about it, neither do you. You sleep facing the door now. Your body made that decision without asking you. You didn't choose this life. You just kept choosing not to leave it. You're 20. Passenger seat. Chevy Spark, 40 kilometers south of Medellin. 2 kilograms of cocaine welded under the rear seat. You can't smell it. That's what they told you. You smell it. That sharp chemical sweetness. Cleaning fluid left in the sun. It's underneath everything. You make 3 million pesos a month. $700. New apartment, not in your name. A girl who stopped asking questions around the same time your mother did. On run 5, a cop pulls you over. Broken taillight. Your mouth goes completely dry, hands flat on your thighs. He checks your ID, looks at the car, waves you through. That is the closest you have come to God in 2 years. Here's what they don't tell you. Once you know enough to be useful, you know enough to be dangerous. To them, there's a difference between being protected by the organization and being owned by it. You crossed that line somewhere around run 2. You just didn't feel it happen. You're 23. 6 men on this block answer to you. You're drinking coffee outside a tienda in Belo, and for exactly 4 minutes, everything feels completely normal. You control 12 blocks, 3 distribution points, weekly revenue 15 million pesos. Your cut 1.8 million, $400. It's not wealth, it's infrastructure. You manage people now, you settle disputes. You approve new lookouts. You replace your burner phone every 3 weeks. A man who kept his too long was found in pieces near the Rio Medellin. You think about that a lot. Your sister graduated from nursing school in March. Your mother talked about it for 2 years. The call came in at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. You were in the middle of something that couldn't wait. You let it ring. You called back 4 hours later. She didn't mention the graduation. She just said dinner was cold. 4 words. You understood everything. You're 27, safe house in Cali, laptop, spreadsheet, 34 people across 3 cities running on timelines you set. You don't touch product anymore. You coordinate routes, bribe schedules, payment windows. You are a middle manager. The industry just happens to involve bodies. You earn $4,000 a month through a construction company that builds nothing. A lawyer on retainer who asks no questions. A condo with a view you barely look at. Andres was your closest friend since you were 14. He was next to you on that first corner. 3 of your distributors are robbed in 1 week. There is only one explanation. You make a call. You don't sleep for 6 days afterward. Not because you feel guilty. Because you don't feel guilty, you already know what that means about the person you've become. You're 30. Glass-walled office in Bogota's financial district. Suit that cost 4 million pesos. Legitimate meeting about legitimate real estate. 60% of what you're discussing is legal. You move between $800,000 and $1.2 million a month. Shell companies in Panama, Miami, and Madrid. A cattle operation in Cordoba. Restaurant chains. Your cut 2% of everything clean. Good months, that's $24,000. Your daughter is 3. She calls you pappy and falls asleep on your chest watching cartoons. In those moments, you understand exactly what you're protecting and what you're endangering. Simultaneously, without being able to stop either feeling, one of your Panama accounts gets flagged. You move everything clean in 72 hours. Flawless. But a DEA analyst in Miami doesn't drop the thread. She keeps pulling. You don't know her name yet. You will. You're 35. You're moving 400 kilograms of cocaine across the Pacific coast in a semi-submersible vessel. You have never seen the ocean. You command 200 people across 4 departments. A corrupt colonel takes $15,000 a month to not notice things. 3 residences, none in your name. You rotate every 11 days. Your wife and daughter are in Envigado. Armed guards outside. You haven't been there in 6 weeks. Your daughter has her first speaking part in the school play. 8 words. Someone films it. You watch the video 11 times on a burner phone in a safe house in Bucaramanga. Then you delete it. Because phones are evidence, here's what gets men at your level caught. They want to feel human again. They keep a video they shouldn't. They make a call they shouldn't. You delete it, you sit alone in a room that smells like concrete. The cage has no bars you can see. That's the whole point. You're 40. Finca in Antioquia. Cold morning. Green hills. Birds you've never learned the names of. Genuinely beautiful, you feel nothing looking at it. Your organization moves $300 million annually. You have a general, 3 judges, a senator, cells in Ecuador, Venezuela, Spain, and Atlanta. You didn't build all of this. You inherited it, which means you also inherited every enemy of every man who came before you. You eat alone, or with men whose loyalty you calculate the way other people calculate tips. Constantly, without thinking about it. It's just math you can't turn off. Your daughter is 10. She knows your face from photographs. She calls you pappy the way a child says it to a relative she's supposed to love. Correctly, but from a distance. A DEA file in Bogota has your face at the top of a page with a red border. You paid $8,000 to see it. Your name is at the top. You always knew it would end up there. You just didn't know how long you had left. You're 43, 9x7 concrete cell in La Pacoda prison, Bogota. The walls were white once. The smell is industrial bleach over something bleach can't fully cover. It wasn't a raid, no shootout, no informant with a grudge. A spreadsheet. DEA analyst in Miami found a $47,000 discrepancy in a Panama wire transfer. A rounding error. She pulled the thread. 3 years of work unraveled, your address confirmed by your second in command. 14 years together. You're facing extradition. 30 to 40 years. Your lawyer says cooperate. You won't. There are people outside who love your daughter. They are also capable of the opposite. You understand this without it needing to be said. Your wife filed for divorce 11 months ago. Your daughter hasn't visited. You think about a corner in Medellin. A Nokia phone. 1 word. Hung up. If someone had shown you this cell that day, just the smell and the walls and the silence, would you have made a different call? You already know the answer. That's the part that never leaves you alone. 3 weeks after your extradition papers are signed, in the same neighborhood where you grew up, a boy who is 14 years old is standing on a corner. He has a phone in his hand. He doesn't know your name. He's fast. He's reliable. He's hungry in the specific way this city makes people hungry and then leaves them with no instructions for. Someone noticed he's going to move through every level of a system that already calculated what he's worth and what it will cost him. The math was done before he was born. The answer was always the same. He watches the road. He makes the call. He hangs up. The corner doesn't change. Only the faces do.